Hi, my name's Kyugoo, here to remind you that if you have any problem at all with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, or think that you might not like them, then that means that you are, in fact, not a true Pokemon fan. So says Lord Verlisify. Now, some people might say that making Mocking Verlisify the very first thing I ever do on YouTube might be a very poor decision. To those people I say, you are in fact 100% correct, but if you came here looking for wisdom, then I'm afraid that you are in the wrong place. Any amount of wisdom I might have once had promptly died the second I decided to do this. What exactly is this? This is the first episode of the How To, insert name of Pokemon here, series. It's a show all about analyzing different Pokemon and discussing the best possible ways to use them, from the role that they should fit on a team to the best possible sets they could use. I'll even toss in a few sets that are a little bit more silly and less suited for competitive. Think Pimp Night sets. For the first episode, I decided to talk about the recently released, but only in Japan because they get everything first, mythical Pokemon Zeraora, the Thunderclap Pokemon. Just looking at Zeraora's stats makes it obvious that we've got quite the speedster on our hands. Base 143 speed makes it the 6th fastest Pokemon so far. Along with that stellar speed are some nice offensive stats. 112 attack and 102 special attack leave Zeraora decently versatile, as it's capable of running physically, specially, or mixed. They aren't anything super exceptional, but are still very good, especially on something as fast as it is. Its other stats aren't really anything special, though. Its speed and decent power are balanced out by its frailty. It's not Mega Alakazam or Mega Beedrill levels of wet piece of paper frail, but it's still not something I'd want to try walling with. Moving on from stats, Zeraora's sole ability is Volt Absorb. This ability makes it so that electric-type moves heal Zeraora instead of damaging it. It's a good defensive ability, and has decent application in annoying the other speedy, zappy creatures zipping around the meta right now. It even acts as the 2 of a little 1-2 combo Zeraora has. The 1 can be found in its moves, specifically its signature move, Plasma Fist. It's a base 100 power physical electric type move without a single drawback. It's the first part of the aforementioned 1-2 combo due to its secondary effect, which is basically just Ion Deluge. Basically, it electrifies the battlefield and turns all normal-type moves into electric-type moves for the rest of the turn. So the combo is, Zeraora uses Plasma Fist, the opponent uses a normal-type move, the normal-type move is changed to an electric-type move, and Zeraora absorbs it and gets health back. It's certainly a cute combo, but not really anything all that game-changing. Regardless, Plasma Fist is undoubtedly a fantastic move and is guaranteed to be an important part of Zeraora's sets. It's sort of omens, if you will. Other interesting moves that Zeraora has are Close Combat, Fire Punch, Knockoff, Grass Knot, and Focus Blast. The last thing to talk about is Zeraora's typing, which is pure electric. The electric type is a solid offensive type, hitting 2 types, water and flying, super effectively. There is 1 type immune to it, being ground, and 3 types that resist it, Grass Dragon and Electric. Grass Dragon and Ground all share a weakness to Ice, which makes coverage relatively easy. And that was everything there is to know about Zeraora. Due to its high speed, good defenses, and frailty, I think Zeraora would be best for all-out offense or as an offensive pivot, similarly to Resident Thunder Chicken Tapu Koko. So, how would you use it? Our first set here is a mixed set. It takes advantage of Zeraora's good attack and special attack stats to make up for a bit of a shortcoming of its move pool. You're going to want max attack EVs, max speed EVs, and the remaining 4 EVs in special attack. You're going to want either a Hasty or a Naive Nature. It doesn't really matter which of these two you go with. They both boost speed. The only difference is that Hasty drops defense, whereas Naive drops special defense. The item is a Life Orb to boost the power of all moves by 30%. And the moves on this set are Plasma Fists, Close Combat or Fire Punch, Hidden Power Ice, and Grass Knot or Fire Punch. The aforementioned shortcoming of Zeraora's move pool is the fact that it doesn't have Ice Punch. If it did, I would say to just run it fully physically. Since it doesn't, it needs Hidden Power Ice to handle the omnipresent Landorus Therian, among other things. Grass Knot is there as a potential option just in case you feel like taking those stupid Mega Swamperts to task. Otherwise, go for Fire Punch, as having both Close Combat and Fire Punch is really good. Both Fire Punch and Close Combat hit Ferrothorn very hard, Fire Punch harder obviously, and they both even have their own separate applications. Fire Punch Oko's Mega Scizor and can potentially catch Ghost types that expect Close Combat off guard. Meanwhile, Close Combat is more powerful and 2-hit KOs Chansey. Life Orb is there as a general power boost, and to make sure that Hidden Power Ice hits as hard as possible, even with Zeraora's minimal special attack investment. I think I'll call this set the Lion-O, for obvious reasons. But that isn't the only set I've got here. For this next set, you're going to want max special attack EVs and max speed EVs. You're going to want a Timid Nature, which boosts speed but lowers attack. You're going to want to use the Choice Specs item, and have the moves Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Hidden Power Ice, and Grass Knot or Focus Blast. As you can probably tell, this is a special set with a Choice Specs in order to maximize damage output. It's basically Tapu Koko 2 Electric Boogaloo. They say the sequel is never as good as the original, and unfortunately this is a really good example of that. Sure, Zeraora is faster, hits harder with its Hidden Power Ice due to its higher special attack, has Grass Knot for Mega Swampert, or Focus Blast for Ferrothorn. But Tapu Koko's a Fairy type, which automatically makes it better, has Dazzling Gleam for secondary stab, and Electric Terrain, which boosts the power of its electric type moves and even offers some decent support for its teammates. Due to the similarities between this set and Tapu Koko's most common set, I think I'll call this one the Tapu Kitty. If I had to recommend one of these two sets to use, I'd definitely go with the Lion-O, the mixed one. Granted, there are some matchups that the Tapu Kitty would be better at, namely against Landorus, Therian, and Zygarde 50%, as its Hidden Power Ice is enough to OHKO both of those. However, the mixed set overall seems a lot better in a lot more situations. As far as special electric types go, it's certainly not bad, it's very good at doing that, but it gets overshadowed by both Tapu Koko and Mega Manectric. Another thing that I'd like to note is that Zeraora really loves having hazards on the opponent's side of the field. Sticky Web slows down Pokemon like Mega Beedrill and Mega Alakazam and leaves them open to be OHKO'd by it, and Stealth Rocks or Spikes can turn some very close to hit KOs into outright OHKOs. But that's enough being smart. Let's get unconventional. Alright, so for this first one, you're going to want max attack EVs and max speed EVs, a Jolly Nature which boosts speed but lowers special attack, and the item is a Focus Sash. And the moves are Fake Out, Hone Claws, Quick Attack, and Plasma Fists. Behold, the world's most inefficient setup sweeper. The strategy is as simple as it is ineffective. Fake Out turn 1 to get some damage off, Hone Claws turn 2 to get that absolutely broken one-stage attack boost, and then just keep using Plasma Fist and Quick Attack until Zeraora inevitably dies. The attack boost is negligible and the coverage doesn't even exist, but what this set does have is the wicked +1 priority from Quick Attack, which is all it needs to attain meta relevance. Expect to see this everywhere competitive Pokemon is played. Significantly slower than Quick Attack, however, is my next weird set. So for this set, you're going to want max HP EVs, max defense EVs, and the remaining 4 EVs in special defense. You're going to want an Impish Nature which boosts defense but drops special attack, and the item is Leftovers. Yes, it's bulky Zeraora. And it gets better. The moves are Bulk Up, Plasma Fists, Calm Mind, and Rest. So yeah, you're basically just using Bulk Up and Calm Mind to get your defense boosts up, Rest for health, and then Plasma Fist as your only attacking move. It's completely inefficient against ground types, but trust me, it'll work. You can use Hidden Power Ice in place of Rest that you can pretend to have coverage. And that concludes sets to use if you don't care about winning and how to use Zeraora. I'll leave all of the sets in the description, including the sillier ones. Change things around, experiment, see what you can do about making them better. Probably shouldn't be that hard, they're kind of garbage. And now I ask for your input, people who watched this video. What did you think? This is my first foray into YouTube, in case the high quality and incredible professionalism threw you off. As such, I'd appreciate harsh, constructive criticism. Something that would hurt my ego if my opinion of myself was higher than the Mariana Trench is above sea level. Just leave your comments in the comment section and I may be back. If you didn't dislike this video, then consider clicking that handy-dandy like button. If, for whatever bizarre reason, you don't hate me and actually want to see more of my content, then why not subscribe? I don't really know how to end videos yet, so bye, I guess.